Hi, this is Sergeant Beast Larson. I want to do a reaction to the St. Louis Justice Center riots, the fire, rioting inside the building. And I do these reactions just to talk about what's going on, and it's not to point out bad things, but sometimes, like this instance, to point out a very controlled situation. Let me show you a picture really quick. This is the St. Louis Public Safety Director, Jimmy Edwards, that made this video statement today. Again, Public Safety Director Jimmy Edwards. And at first I want to give him some praise. After watching this video and listening, I've been involved at riot stuff. I'm retired from police. I've worked in max security prison. I've been involved in some really ugly things. And very quickly, my impression, I would love to work for him. I'm not in St. Louis though. He's very intelligent, he's patient but firm. And I'll explain a couple things and you understand what this means, why. This situation started at about 2:30 a.m. he said. About 3:30 a.m. things were very much under control with an additional staff, and I'll explain that. Very well planned. His staff is very well trained. He says, yes, we are undermanned. Yes, these are violent criminals, he said. They're 55 into one, I'm gonna call it a pod, 62 in the other. There's 4 pods per floor. And even being understaffed, and these inmates know this, they were able to gain control very quickly. They had some additional law enforcement help. Very minor injury to the first officer. And it started off, he said, we've had a lock problem since the building has been built. They're medium, moderate security locks. They can be jimmied, they can be manipulated. Now remember, you're dealing with violent criminals here. He said these aren't, just parole violators. They're not, low-level crimes. It's not petty thieves. These are murderers and rapists, those that are assaulting people with deadly weapons that are attacking the police. He said they're violent inmates. They got into a control room, which allows access to the rest of the cells in that pod. And the second across the one did the same thing. They got access into the control room. The staff was able to go in and get the officers assigned there out of the one that was inside with minor injury. There were no hostages taken. There were no demands made. And that's critical. As he points out more than once, the intention of this is violence. It's 117 violent inmates just trying to act out. And this is the 3rd instance that they've done this recently. There was a claim that there was no medical procedures and treatment for COVID. They had a little bit of COVID before. That was taken care of very quickly and efficiently. He said as of today, the date of this incident, February 6, 2021, there are 0 COVID cases and inmates inside the St. Louis Justice Center. The other time was mistreatment. I've listened to him talk. This was an 11-minute speech that he gave. A briefing to the news, KMOV in St. Louis. But Director Edwards is a very compassionate. He's very considerate to the inmates, but to the job and being firm. He is not one that's going to allow or tolerate or push violating their 8th Amendment right, cruel and unusual punishment. He handled this very efficiently. He's doing a very professional job. I give him the credit. Like I said before, I would love to go and work with him. I've got a couple notes just pointing out. The 2 pods, they were out, they were angry, but it's because they're violent criminals and this is how they are. That's it. No demands, no hostages. They didn't want anything. They just wanted to act out. And at 2:30 in the morning, when they're not sleeping and they're acting and doing this, it's just for attention and it's just to destroy property and cause a problem. High-level crimes, as I pointed out, what Director Edwards did, he solicited the help from local law enforcement, the city police, the sheriff's department there in St. Louis. They provided some staffing. He wasn't specific. He didn't come out and say, I requested SWAT guys. He got some uniform guys. They showed up, they assisted his staff that he had assembled, that they went through and they cleared. Now there were some hanging out with some fires. They did not use a water hose to spray anybody by the window to risk a fall injury. The water sprayed the fire on the inside. The water was paper. Now these cells are concrete. The building is concrete, so there's not a risk of fire spreading. That's how they're normally built. So with patience and control, they used a little bit of water. They used a little bit of tear gas, which would force them out of the common area back towards their cell, which at that point, the staff got everybody out of the cells, one at a time, secured them, removed them from that area. And in a short period of time, all 117 violent inmates were secured and moved to 2 different places that were higher security, where they cannot manipulate locks and get out, like isolation units. So again, this situation was very, very well controlled by the staff of Public Safety Director Edwards. So I want to give him a shout out. I hope a lot of people watch this and see what's going on. Yes, understaffed, he admitted that. Yes, there's a problem with the locks, but they've been working on that, working on the staff. He didn't try and hide anything or downplay anything. He was very direct, very to the point, and outlined how things are going to be improving, what he's worked on. Did a great job in a short period of time. No injuries to the inmates. Very minor injury to the first officer that this all started with. That's a job well done. That's almost perfect resolution to a potentially bad, crazy, violent, out of control, massive property damage. He handled that. Thumbs up. Props to you, Mr. Edwards. I wish I could be in St. Louis and work for you. Best of luck to you. Hit the like button. Share this with everybody. Let's get the word out. We do have great public safety directors, great wardens, great commissioners out there. They are doing a fantastic job. Very patient. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time.